Hello everyone, this is Roxas1359. Welcome back to Let's Play Spyro, Enter the Dragonfly. Last time we went to the Dragonfly Dojo and acquired ourselves Electric Breath. So now we can open up this gate and head off to the second level of the game. Now remember all those problems I pointed out inside the first episode about, level design being way too big? Oh boy, does the second level scream it. And Sparks is giving us a tutorial on how to go into first-person mode by holding the Y button. Well, congratulations. How many times are you actually going to use that in the game? You are literally only going to use it one time inside a mission that is over halfway through the game, for one mission and one mission in particular. Yay! That's the best kind of use! But, as always, when you're inside a new area inside the hub world, you're pretty much guaranteed getting to other, dragonflies and gems. So make sure you grab those. And by grab them, I mean, honestly, make sure you grab them, because don't forget, Sparks has a habit of missing gems because he doesn't like them. I do like one touch, though, that some of the breaths do. In the case of the electric breath, for example, when you end up going after sheep, you turn them into pork chops. Or grilled ribs, more, I should say. And this is a tutorial about climbing. All you have to do is pretty much just jump onto a wall that has a 2D flat surface texture of a ladder, and Spyro will end up instantly climbing up of it. Why did I leave in this long tutorial? I do not know. I guess I just want you guys to hear, the ever so lovely voice of Sparks, the Dragonfly, which is actually very annoying. But look, it's Billy Bob! Okay, he's not Billy Bob.
Wow, that's a lot of
okay, never mind. He's Bill. Yes, he is Billy Bob.
Problem getting this here UFO to work now. Hop aboard, but beware. The space cows. They're everywhere. Everywhere.
Yes, he says the space cows. They're everywhere. They're everywhere. Inside that level, we're going to see more space dinosaurs than space cows. Yeah. Oh, boy. But before we go there, we got ourselves another one of these challenge gates. And just like the first one, I'm going to fail this one the first time. And then I'm going to show it me winning the second time. I don't think I cut this out. Now, I should mention that this episode is obviously a lot shorter than the last one by about, 8 minutes or so. And that is because for the next level, I've split it up into 2 parts. Because of how expansive and open it is, I cannot put it inside at once unless you guys want to watch a 44-minute video, and even I have my limits, even though my actual time limit for uploading is technically 66 minutes. Go Platinum, users! Seriously, any content creator out there who feels like they need more time, I honestly recommend buying the Platinum membership that Game Anyone offers. It's really helpful. And great, a tutorial while the meter still goes in real time! Thanks, game! You couldn't have just frozen my meter? No, that'd be too hard. So, I'm gonna fail, but on the bright side, I'm gonna get this dragonfly that's right here.
Hey, it's Amy!
Hey, it's an actual, legitimate name! I'm impressed. Just like I'm impressed at how flat and dull this water looks. Look at the top of that. No ripples, no nothing, not even a bit of there's like a little bit of translucency on that. It just looks like a solid surface. If you were to tell me that that was ice, in a way, I would actually believe you slightly. Because, I mean, look at that. That's just ridiculous. Anyway, since I ended up skipping over the underwater controls, you use the B button to charge, and pretty much you will only be charging, because if you're playing a Spyro game and you're actually using the dog paddle, which is to the A button in this game, then you're not swimming right in the Spyro game. Plain and simple. Alright, so let's grab more of the gems while we can. I don't want to have to do backtracking, and it looks like we have another stage right here with a little tiki boat and a pig. Hi, pig. Who are you?
Boy, am I glad to see you. You might be able to get this boat to work if you had enough dragonflies. But there's savages on that island. Savages, I tell you.
Savages, you say? But we need 15 dragonflies to get there, and I believe at this point, how many do I have? I want to say 11 dragonflies at this point? I could be wrong. I could have sworn there was one time in which I ended up looking and I was one dragonfly away. I don't think that was at this point, but Here's me just making sure, okay, do I have all the gems? Because at this point, I had forgotten that, you know, gems don't mean anything in this game. Oh, I could have saved myself so much time, so much headache if I didn't get all the gems. Because, I mean, you get nothing for them. It's like the medals in Sonic 06. Only jacked up to 11 because there's, you know, 7,000 gems in this game. But who is this guy? Oh, if I could talk to him. There we go.
Hey, hello, Spyro. You need to
Jimmy
collect
Bob.
more of those them there bugs, and I should have this honeycomb raft working like a charm.
And you need 45 dragonflies. Yeah, we're going to be getting to that level later, which is actually kind of sad because that is actually one of the only legitimately good game levels in this entire game. So, as always, let's go to these ones. Now, one thing about the lightning rods that are brand new for this one with our lightning breath, they have a very large hitbox, actually. As you can see, I'm not having to get right in front of them, and part of it is the breath, but the other thing is they have just an extremely large hitbox. I mean, I didn't even get close to that one, but I was still able to, you know, turn it on, and that's pretty amazing. So, what I'm going to do is, instead, I'm going to go to the top right here and grab some gems I didn't grab before. And I didn't turn that one on. So yes, that's another problem this game has. While they have large hitboxes, sometimes they don't want to work. And as a result, oh, I think this is one where I literally miss it by an inch. Because you got to go all the way across the island to do it. I probably should have cut these out, in all honesty. Yeah, in all honesty, I probably should have cut these out, but then again, I was collecting gems, so couldn't really do that. So, let's try again. Don't worry, we'll be getting to that new stage in good time. In all honesty, I'm sort of saving you guys from the bleak and blandness of that stage. This place is more lively than that stage, and has more set pieces filled in with it. It was at this point I realized, okay, this thing has a giant hitbox along with the breath's incredible reach, so don't even get close to them and then manage to do that. So, pretty much just plan out your courses and then go after it. Right, so that takes care of those two, so let's get back over this way. Turn you on. Right, now we're going to go down here before we go up. I didn't turn it on. There we go. And it was at this point I was freaking out because, okay, this is the third time I'm trying this. And the meter goes down extremely fast, which is a huge criticism I have. It goes down way too fast. Well, the one thing I will keep that I am rather impressed with, the frame rate's not been as bad. I'm impressed, game. I'm impressed. You can maintain a stable frame rate. It was right here. I was panicking, so I literally did that. And right at the end, based on the giant hitboxes. And you completed the challenge and released the Dragonfly.
Hey, it's Alex.
Hey, it's another regular name. Now, you might be wondering, Roxas, when are you going to get to those weird names you were talking about? Soon. All right, it was right here. I have 14 Dragonflies, and I need 15 to unlock that stage. So that rather sucks. If I had gone into that mini game that was inside the Dragonfly Dojo, I would have been able to have enough to unlock the next level. But since I don't, instead I'm just going to kill all these sheep for no apparent reason. And now I'm going to ride the flying saucer that, you know, Farmer Bill has. Of course, there is also a gem back here, so make sure you grab that. So, flying saucer, I'm not even on it. Now, I always know that literally all they're doing in this area is they're rotating the circular plane that games are built on, because games are built on a dome. Spyro is actually just in place, and they're just spinning the dome around. I find that it's way more obvious right here because of just, I don't know, just how the stars are with that. But welcome to the second stage. I forget its name, but it's already got a choppy frame rate. Which means we have a good time ahead of us, that's for sure. Alright, so, Mr. Farmer, what do you want to tell me about this choppy frame rate? Please make it stop.
Howdy, Spyro. Space Riptocs have arrived from nowhere and have overrun the farm looking for dragonflies. Since they haven't been able to find any, they've been abducting cows and locking them inside the big barn. And I'm afraid I'm next.
Don't worry, I'll help you.
You will? Golly, thanks. You just need to go round back and unlock the big red barn and rescue them cows.
I love how they gave the farmers 3 frames of animation for their faces. And you can tell. Because they repeat and cycle through them instead of just having their lips move along with it. Because, you know, having lips go alongside with dialogue is hard. No, I'm not actually busting their balls on that. That is actually very hard. Anyone who's played with Source Filmmaker knows that you can't always rely on the auto word that Source Filmmaker gives you, because sometimes it does things to lips. That being said, though, they gave us the tutorial earlier. There's certain jars that you can't open unless you know, charge at them, so that's what they look like. But this stage, I think you can already tell what I was meaning by way too open. Look at this. This is gigantic, and that's not something that I'm too comfortable with. And, I mean, I get that they're trying to make it look big and expensive, but in this case, it looks way too big and way too empty. It feels like they stretched out what was originally going to be it, because this isn't the first time we've had a farmer.
Hey, it's Akira.
This isn't the first time we've had, like, the farmer and farmstead sort of level design inside Spyro. In fact, we had it inside Spyro 2, which this game actually borrows heavily from, now that I think about it. And that farm was large. I won't lie, that level was actually one of the largest ones in the game. But it didn't feel too cramped, and it didn't feel too expansive. This, on the other hand, just feels way too expansive, and we're just barely at the beginning part. By the way, since I have fun pointing out these glitches, another audio glitch that's inside this game, breaking the pots and actually hearing the sound effect for breaking the pots is delayed for just about every single pot in the game. It sometimes applies to the little wicker baskets as well, so have fun with that. If you have OCD like I do, this is killing you already. Not as much as this frame rate, though, because I have a migraine already. I'm also torturing myself because I have my dinner right next to me, and I'm sitting through this to record it for you guys while my dinner just taunts me. Anyway, this barn right here is actually the end of the level, so we'll be heading there soon enough. Now I want you guys to pay attention to the skybox, the image that's being used on the skybox right now. We got cloudy images, and we got all this fancy looking stars. I want you guys to keep that in mind for a little bonus area we're going to be going to later inside this game. And if I was very good at chroma key, I would be abusing it. Unfortunately, I can't chroma key specific sections like I want. Now, right here is actually where another mini-game is going to be coming up, to where you actually have to beat the stage first in order to be able to unlock it. And I kind of like games like that, but there's no real way of it telling you that it is actually, you know, one of the games that you can get a Dragonfly from, unless you know it by hand. Or if you go out of your way to talk to the farmers, which, believe me, after you talk to the first one, the frame rate shit the bed. You wouldn't want to talk to any of these guys. I think it's how much they bounce. Perhaps that causes a frame drop. And go back. There's a gem back there. Go back, you idiot. Get the gem. Oh, you're going to hate that later. Not really as much as the first one, though, because luckily in this stage, we don't get glitched out gem. We do get glitched out. Okay.
Hey, it's Mitnick.
Mitnick, you have the power of clipping through the floor and then ending up in another area. You try to give a game some flack and saying, okay, this isn't so bad, and then your objective falls through the floor. And unlike Fallout, where it's actually fun to keep playing the game despite all the bugs, because Bethesda seems to have some innate ability of causing me to keep playing, this game does not. Alright. You got a gem right here. I got to talk to you.
Hey, you're Spyro, ain't you? Glad to meet you. Have you seen any of my cows?
No. And congratulations, that's one of the only dialogues you would probably think of getting from that farmer. That farmer will give you one of the minigames and one of the Dragonflies later on, but you have to go out of your way to talk to him again. You wouldn't think that. And in past Spyro games, if you didn't have the ability to do a certain objective, the game would point out you can't do this objective through a little sign or something. This game, they give you nothing. And I don't like that. It's like I don't like much of this game. Hey, I warned you last part. Most of this project's probably going to be me bitching. Ah, great. Now to go into another audio glitch. Right there. There was a Rip Talk sound. That's the sound the Rip Talks make in this stage when they see you. Yeah, that's pretty grating, I do have to admit. And there was no Rip Talk around. For some odd reason, the clip plays when you're on top of the barn, and I think it's because there's a Rip Talk that somehow can see you, and what I was thinking was there's a Rip Talk that's on the top of the barn, so I'm thinking, okay, I'm just going to wait on this until the, thing ends up finishing, and then I'll go onto the top and kill that Rip Talk, because that sound is very annoying. There is no Rip Talk on this roof. There is not. I have no idea where the sound effect is coming from at all. So, we're just going to go on ahead, also because the platforms actually will not raise until Spyro jumps off of it, in that case. So, let's go around here, and go back to grab some of these gems. Some of the 25 gold gems, because at this point I was still also trying to see, is there a Rip Talk that's on top of there? Because unfortunately enemies also drop gems. Alright, so let's go down over here, break, and grab all of these, break, and break. There we go. And I still don't go back to get that gem. I'm going to have to go and get that one later. So now let's go forward. We are about, at this point, halfway through the stage, and yeah, it just feels too expansive and too barren. I'm sorry, it just does. And part of me still wants to give the developers the benefit of the doubt because this was their first game, but at the same time, I also need to remember the entire fault of this game, besides, the developers being like novices for this and that gem was glitching out, is the fact that Universal Interactive thought that a brand new developer could, do a game within 1 year. But here's another Dragonfly up here, so
Hey, it's Laurent.
that sounds very Cajun. Alright, so that takes care of that, but there's a portal down here. And remember when I told you to watch out for that skybox? Well, here's why when we go through here. I didn't cut this one out. Whoopsie. Alright, so waiting for the loading. Waiting for the loading screen because I forgot to cut it out like an idiot. Oh, it's not this one.
There's a space
God dang it. I guess I should have realized that when I realized that I didn't do that one. No, we're going to be seeing that one in the next episode is what I'm talking about.
It'll lower the tower down so you can rescue it.
So, yes.
Attempt the trial of the platforms?
Yes, we're going to have actually a few of these in this game. This game seems to really like having trials of the platforms, so to speak. And this is also the only point in the game in which you're actually going to use the Skull Bash. It's rather hilarious and kind of sad at the same time. So what do we have to do? We have to hit switches, use our new lightning breath to be able to open up the other ways, and that's pretty much it. No, don't fall. Don't fall. Don't get hasty past me. You don't want to be inside here too long, even though this kind of has a consistent frame rate, so I will give the game props whenever it has a consistent frame rate for a little bit. But for the times it doesn't, I have my Tylenol bottle. Oh, Tylenol. I would not be doing this project without you. I just sound like I advocated drugs. It's so bad. Don't do drugs, kids. They're bad for you, unless it's your like prescription drugs. Take those and only take the prescription ones. Don't self-medicate. As the pot calls the kettle black on that one. So, hit this second switch right here, and it will lower the first set of platforms. where pretty much we have to light all the things and me almost fall off. Now, you don't need to worry about a time limit for these lightning rods. They will stay, I guess I could say, lit the entire time. You can take as long as you want and as long as you need. And I have no idea why I even jumped off this in the first place. I could have just waited on one area and just made this easier. I could have just made this so much easier on myself. Because, I mean, look, I almost died right there like an idiot. I'm not going to try it again. But I'm still on these platforms. What was I thinking when I was doing this? But that lowers the main platform with the Riptox, so boom. There we go.
Well, that's the spirit. Purple dragon sure has some spunk. Now, here's a dragonfly for you, son.
Thank you.
Hey, it's Rickshaw.
Is the next one I get named Puzzle? Please. Please.
Attempt to try.
And here's an odd thing this game does. They will have you and ask you if you want to do the same trial you just did again. But you will not get another Dragonfly for doing it. But anyway, guys, I'm going to end it off right here. This has been Roxas1359. I'm going to go eat my dinner. I'm hungry and this thing's been taunting me. See you guys next time.